My beloved child. There is something that has been hidden in silence for far longer than you realize. Someone loves you with a depth that even they cannot understand, let alone explain. Every time they try to put their feelings into words, something inside them stops them. It is not because the love is weak. It is because the feeling has grown beyond language. They replay your conversations in their mind long after they end. They remember tiny details that everyone else forgets. They notice changes in your voice that no one else hears. They carry your name inside their heart without ever saying it aloud. But today, something is beginning to shift. A truth that has remained buried is moving toward the surface. Before this message ends, you will understand why their silence has never meant the absence of love. Their silence has always been the loudest confession they could never speak. Listen carefully because the next revelation changes everything. There was a moment when this person almost told you everything. They stood on the edge of revealing their heart. Their hands trembled. Their thoughts raced. Their courage appeared for only a few seconds. Then fear won. They imagined losing you forever if the timing was wrong. They believed keeping quiet was safer than risking your absence. Since that day, they have carried an invisible weight that nobody around them can see. They smile when others are watching. They laugh when conversations demand it. But deep inside, they continue asking themselves one painful question. What if I had spoken that day? That unanswered question has followed them through quiet mornings, sleepless nights, and ordinary moments that suddenly become extraordinary because every memory somehow leads back to you. But here is the part almost nobody expects. The distance between two hearts is not always created by rejection. Sometimes it is created by unfinished words. This person has written messages that were never sent. They have imagined conversations that never happened. They have looked at your photograph and whispered things that no one else has heard. They have celebrated your victories in silence. They have worried about your difficult days without telling you. Even when life pulled both of you in different directions, one invisible thread refused to break. Every passing day made them realize something surprising. Their feelings did not disappear with time. They became stronger. That is why the next chapter of this story carries a twist that even they never expected. The secret they have protected for so long is becoming too heavy to carry alone. Now pay close attention because the smallest detail often hides the biggest truth. There is a reason certain memories keep returning to you without warning. There is a reason familiar emotions suddenly appear when everything seems calm. Sometimes life quietly places invisible signs before a life-changing moment arrives. This person has started noticing those same signs. Familiar places remind them of you. Familiar songs suddenly carry new meaning. Familiar dreams leave them waking up with your name echoing in their thoughts. They cannot explain why it keeps happening. They only know it refuses to stop. Every attempt to move forward somehow circles back to the same destination. You. And the more they resist those emotions, the stronger they become. Something unexpected is preparing to happen, and neither of you fully sees it yet. The silence that once protected this secret is slowly beginning to lose its power. One final truth must stay with you until the next part. Not every great love begins with perfect timing. Not every sincere heart knows how to speak when emotions become overwhelming. Sometimes the deepest feelings hide behind ordinary actions, quiet concern, and words left unfinished. Someone loves you more than they can explain because what they feel no longer fits inside simple sentences. Their heart has already made a decision that their voice still struggles to admit. But the story does not end here. In fact, the most unbelievable moment has not even arrived yet. The reason they remained silent all this time is far more surprising than anyone could imagine. And when that hidden reason finally comes into the light, everything you believed about this connection will change forever. A quiet change has already begun, even though neither of you can fully see it yet. The person who carries these unspoken feelings has reached a point where silence no longer feels safe. Every day they promise themselves they will keep everything hidden. Every evening they realize they have failed because their heart keeps finding its way back to you. They wonder whether you have ever noticed the little pauses in their conversations. They wonder if you have ever felt that certain moments between you seem different from everyone else. Those moments were never ordinary. They were the only times their heart came close to revealing everything. Yet each time, they stepped back at the last second, hoping you would somehow understand without a single confession being spoken. There is another truth that makes this story even more surprising. Love does not always reveal itself through grand actions. Sometimes it hides inside the smallest details that almost everyone ignores. This person remembers the words you have forgotten. They remember the day your smile looked different. They remember the moment your voice carried quiet disappointment. They never stopped paying attention because your happiness became important to them long before they admitted it to themselves. They have quietly celebrated your good days and silently hoped your difficult moments would pass quickly. No one asked them to care this deeply. Yet their heart chose you without asking for permission. But something unexpected has happened recently. A question has started echoing inside their mind with greater strength than ever before. What if waiting forever becomes the biggest mistake of my life? That question refuses to leave them alone. It follows them through ordinary routines. It appears during peaceful moments. It returns when they least expect it. For the first time, they are beginning to understand that protecting their feelings may also mean losing the opportunity they have secretly hoped for all along. This realization has created a quiet storm inside them. They are standing between fear and hope, wondering which one deserves to win. The answer is closer than they realize, and every passing day pushes them one step nearer to making a decision they once believed was impossible. Now another hidden piece falls into place. You may have noticed strange moments when thoughts of this person appeared without any clear reason. Perhaps a forgotten memory suddenly returned. Perhaps a familiar feeling appeared while everything around you was completely ordinary. These moments are not meant to predict the future. They simply remind us that meaningful connections often leave lasting impressions on our hearts and minds. While you continued living your life, this person continued carrying the same unanswered emotions. Their respect for you became stronger. Their admiration became deeper. Their hope became quieter, but it never disappeared. They have learned that genuine feelings cannot simply be switched off because time passes. Some emotions grow stronger precisely because they remain unspoken. The next chapter holds the answer they have been searching for. A single moment is approaching that could change the direction of this entire story. It will not arrive with loud announcements or dramatic signs. It will begin with something so simple that most people would overlook it completely. Yet that ordinary moment will carry extraordinary meaning. The silence that has protected this hidden love for so long is reaching its limit. The heart that refused to explain itself is slowly finding the courage it has been missing. And when that courage finally speaks, the truth waiting behind every quiet glance, every unfinished sentence, and every hidden feeling will become impossible to ignore. The most unexpected revelation is still ahead.